Were you at the Menendez home for Thanksgiving dinner in 1988?
Yes, I was.
After the meal, did Lyle leave to take a friend of his home?
Yes.
And did Lyle ask you to wait for him while he drove the other friend home?
Yes.
Did you wait for him?
Yes. I'd fallen asleep on the couch, and Kitty came with the cordless phone and said that Lyle was calling from the car.
Did he ask you to continue to wait for him?
Yes, and I sort of protested. I was ready to go, and he insisted that I wait for him, so I did decide to wait. When I was finished talking with him, I got up and went to the kitchen and gave Kitty back the phone. And about 5 minutes later, she came in the room and told me that Lyle had changed his mind, that I had just better go ahead and go home. I sort of said, "Are you sure?" He was very insistent that I stay. And she said, "No, I'm sure. You just better go ahead and go home. But before you do, I'd like to speak with you." She said, "Traci, I have several questions for you." The first question she asked me was, "I having a sexual relations with her son?" I was brought up to tell the truth, and I said yes. And she was real upset. Her voice and face started to look more, like she was bubbling inside. I said to her, "How did you want me to answer that question?" And she continued saying that she knew that I had spent the night and she didn't feel that was appropriate.
So what did she say to you about the relationship that you had with her son?
She basically said that she had seen girls like me before, and that whatever I wanted from her son, I wasn't going to get. And if I thought I was going to get a hold of his money, then think twice.
Did she treat you with respect?
No, absolutely not. I went to get up, and she literally grabbed my shoulders and shoved me back into the chair. And she just was standing above me. She continued saying that I had borrowed a pair of his sweats or something, and she said something like, "Oh, you think you could take his things, you think that you fit right in here. I know where you're from. He doesn't date girls like you." Bizarre things that a normal person doesn't say to another person. It was very rude. I was almost crying. I grabbed my things. I said, "I'm really sorry that I offended you." I kind of, whatever I said, just to get out of there. I got in the car and cried all the way home.
What was she doing physically while she was yelling at you?
She was standing very close in front of me, so close that she was almost touching my legs, and she waved her arms.
You're clenching your fists here and holding your fists about shoulder level. Is that what she was doing?
I think so.
Did you tell Lyle about this incident a few days later?
I wasn't sure whether or not I should, because I hadn't heard from him, and I was very hurt. I believed what she'd said to me, that he didn't want to see me. I called him, and I told him why I left, and basically explained sort of what his mom had said.
Was that the end of the relationship?
Yes.